name is LaShawn, and I am recording this video because I want people to know about the situation that my family has been involved in Smith County, which is located in Tyler, Texas. So, May 2018, my daughter left a relationship of infidelity, and she moved home to Kansas because of this infidel relationship. Immediately, the presumed father filed an erroneous child endangerment case on my daughter, indicating that my daughter is a drug addict, she is suicidal, she was a danger to the child, physically abusive. Okay? So, May 22nd, we go back to Tyler, Texas, and at that time she had an impromptu drug test, May 22nd, 2018. Now, the first judge in the case, he indicated that if you fail the drug test, or if you don't take the drug test, you fail the drug test, you lose the baby. So my daughter took both drug tests. The presumed father only took one of the drug tests. He was given the child and was ordered to take 3 monthly drug tests, but he was given primary custody of the child. Now, my daughter did have summer visitation with her daughter, who's now 2 years of age. During that time, my daughter, she contacted a previous relationship and had a DNA test taken. DNA tests indicate that this individual is 99.99% the biological father of the child. So we presented that information to our very first attorney. This attorney refused to submit this information to the court. So he was relieved and we got a second attorney. The second attorney, she filed a motion to dismiss with DNA evidence, indicating that the presumed father is not the biological father of the child, with a business affidavit and the DNA evidence. That was never heard in the court. Okay? The very first judge in the case, continued to reset the case to not allow any evidence to vindicate my daughter. My daughter is not a drug addict. She has not failed a drug test. She does not take drugs. My daughter is not physically abusive to her child. But yet, my daughter lost custody of her child to a man who's not the biological father of the child. I filed multiple complaints on the first judge because of his unethical behavior and his abuse of power. They were never heard in the court. I filed an administrative review to the administrative judge. It was never heard. I contacted the district attorney. At that time, the previous district attorney in Tyler, Texas, never received a phone call, no correspondence. I contacted the District 6 representative. Never got a call or response to any of my emails in reference to this unethical behavior of the first judge. Because of the judge's behavior, he finally recused himself. So, the opposing attorney, she filed the UCCJEA and came to Kansas in September 2018. Prior to that, before the arrival, September 17th, the opposing attorney she made contact with one of the judges here, requested a particular judge, had conversations with him behind closed doors. My daughter was never involved in any conversations. My daughter never had counsel involved in any conversations. September 17th, the opposing judge came, she traveled from Texas to Kansas. She was in the courtroom to make sure that this judge here in Kansas abided by the agreement to take this case back to Tyler, Texas, to hold it there in Tyler, Texas and Smith County, which he did. My daughter had to turn the child over to the person who is not the biological father of this child. She has not had possession of her child since September 17th. She's only had 7 hours of contact with her child since September 17th. Throughout this time, with the second judge in this particular case, the judge allowed hearings, and we were never notified. There is a temporary order placed on my daughter. We never knew anything about it until after the fact. So this judge ruled on any and everything the opposing attorney presented to the court with zero evidence. Zero evidence. The opposing attorney and the presumed father, again, their entire basis of this case is that my daughter is a drug addict. She is now an alcoholic. She is abusive to the child, and she is mentally inept, and she's suicidal. Zero evidence of any of that has ever been presented to the court. Zero evidence. CPS has never been involved. The police have never been involved. There's never been any outside entity or organization involved in this case. In one of my pro se motions, I requested that a gal be appointed in this case, which is a guardian ad litem, just to kind of verify who should have the child. That was never heard. None of the motions that were presented on my daughter's behalf were ever heard, or the biological father. The judges in this case have suppressed all documentation. They have suppressed and did not allow any motions to be heard in this case. My daughter, again, has lost basically custody of her child to a man who's not her father. The presumed father married the person that he was in a infidel relationship with, and they are now raising this child that is not their child. My daughter's been treated like a criminal. She can only see her child on FaceTime on Sundays, once a week, and then 3 hours a month. But she has to travel to Tyler, Texas to see her child, and then pay $50 an hour for supervised visitation. My daughter has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. I need people to research case 18-1081F as in Furious to see how these people have been able to use the judicial system in a deplorable way. They have been able to take the rights of a mother, take her child away from her with zero evidence because it's vindictiveness, favoritism, abuse of power, and unethical behavior by the court system. Unacceptable. My daughter is not a bad person. I am not a bad person. My family are not bad people. But yet we have been, on paper, presented as the most nefarious people to ever walk the face of the earth. Again, with zero evidence. It hurts me as a parent and as a grandparent to see a child taken away from a parent that has done nothing wrong. I'm coming to the public because I want people to see what has been allowed to happen in Smith County. Because of the cavalier attitude and behavior of the individuals involved in this case, the judges and the opposing attorney, their behavior tells you that this is commonplace. Their behavior is something they do all the time. The opposing attorney, they and the presumed father made a fake Facebook account, indicated my daughter's going to take her child to Africa. Again, this second judge ruled with zero evidence whatsoever. This is deplorable, it's despicable, and it should not be happening in 2019. I really question what the opposing party is doing. Why do you want this baby so bad and you know it's not your child? I have receipts to prove everything. I have a court transcript that he admitted he is not the father of this child and he does not care. That's vindictiveness. And that's taking a child from their mother. This baby is 2 years old and it's painful to only see her for 7 hours since September 17th, 2018. From May 2018 through July 2018, we traveled over 8,000 miles from Kansas to Texas to have a judge reset the case because he didn't want to be involved with us. He didn't want us to show up. He would be angry that we showed up, and he didn't want to hear any information to vindicate my daughter. So please, I ask for your support. I ask for you to share this video. I ask that you look into case 18-21, 18-21, I'm sorry, 18-10.
Now go back.
Apologize. It's case number 18-1081F as in Furious. I need you guys to do some research. Again, I have receipts for everything I'm saying. It hurts me because I don't have any contact with my granddaughter. I can't hug her. I can't see her because people have been allowed to hide behind judicial immunity. People have been allowed to get favors from judges and have no proof of anything. And my daughter has done nothing wrong but love her child. This man knows he's not the father, but he's trying to hurt my child, and the justice system is allowing him to do it. Thank you for your time.